Okay, now we're on the intake manifold. This is the Edelbrock TBI intake, and I've already scribed the lines with the Felpro 1205 gasket, which on this deal you gotta put the silicone bead, of course, toward the front. Everybody knows that. But a couple areas here, right here, and the bottoms on this side, and it's the top on the others. It's just the way that they cast them. A lot of meat to be cut out of this thing, going off the bottoms and the sides, pulling it into it achieves the shape back. And then I go in there on the throttle bodies and actually do some cutting out there. So let me give you one more better shot. You can see right there, probably about 1/4 of an inch or more to the left. That's where the core shift occurred, and of course I go in there and not much there. I can blend that in. That's the water port to match the head to get good cooling. So anyway, we're going to be studying this a little bit. I'm going to show you how I trench the aluminum, and then over here at the same time we got the cones and the valve guide. We're going to put K-line bronze liners, spiral fed, and I do this, unlike a lot of people, I just don't use a broach or a reamer. I hand hone the guide. I get the taper from the top to the bottom less than 3/10 because a straight guide is absolutely the key to this. Okay, just thought I'd show you before I started. I'll show you a little bit of it so you can see it. Y'all have seen it in my other videos, so just a couple of little spots. Mainly this is for Philip. I wanted him to see how I put the bronze guides in his head and then create the 3-angle valve job. And I'll be taking little breaks and swinging over here and knocking out that manifold. We're on our way out, ladies. The thing I wanted to show you real quick on this valve job, if you remember earlier in the video I told you that by going in there and cutting all the meat out of the bowls and getting it real close to the seat, saves the stones and also cuts the valve job time, I won't say in half, but probably 30%. Well, I'm going to let you witness something here to back up what I'm saying. Okay, right now, there's my 60-degree stone. You know how much I cut the bowls and what I did. The problem is, I'm not patting myself on the back either. I really ain't. I'm not made that way. When you get the valve guides really straight, in other words, in the installation, and you get that guide really straight, which also depends a great deal on how wore out they are. If they're really wore out, no matter how magic you are, you're going to get them off center some. Well, these right here went in pretty good. They were fairly loose. They needed guides. And when I went in there and done it, they're so concentric that what happens is you have to have this spring so that it'll bounce or it'll bust the stone all to pieces. Now watch how long it takes me to put the 60-degree on there. Notice it's really bouncing to heck. That's because I got the guide so straight it's almost perfectly concentric. Wow. I'm telling you, it's just... That right there is just about it. Hold on. Now, this is going to push it all the way to the edge, but that's okay because I need some 30 in it. Alright, that's the width I want. And when you take this and you pop it, I've got it marked with my black marker. It's hardly showing right there at the edge, but remember, we got to have some 30-degree. So I'll go in there and touch it a little bit with the 30 and let it roll off into the chamber, and that's going to go up about 10 thousandths from the edge. Look how quick it's done. The valve job, my friends, are not the 45-degree, which is the face of the valve and what it contacts. The work in the valve job is the 60 and the 30 positioning it to this. When there's no meat under it, like this, where I went in there and done the bowls, you see how quick that 60 came in? That's going to really, like I said, 30% on the valve job. I just wanted to show you that right there backs up what I told you. And here's something else I wanted to show you as well. With your carbide cutters and your bowl blending, where you're at a professional level, the valve job's going to tell you how good you are. Look at the width of them rings. Okay, look how it's the same all the way around. That means that when I was porting the heads, I got the dimensions almost identical all the way around in the bowl. Somebody that's not had a lot of experience, that ain't done a lot of port work, you'd see a big wide 60 here and this here, and it ain't all because the guide's offset. It's because they didn't get the bowl equally round on all of them. And I mean, they're just all right there. Once again, not bragging on myself, I'm trying to teach y'all something so that you know when you start getting at the level where you're getting really good with your hands when you go to do the valve job, this is what it's going to look like. Your ring on the 60 is going to be close to the same width when you dig on it the same amount of time. Alright, we'll just back off for a minute. Man, this is going to be so beautiful. The 30-degree angle is going to roll right into that chamber. No overhang, no machinist ridge on the edges. This is just absolutely turning out to be a bar of gold. That's how I look at it. A big GM Chevrolet